We are all conditioned from a young age to measure success by three very specific metrics: position, possession, and power. The goal is to climb higher, acquire more, and secure enough leverage to ensure no one can pull you back down. But that drive for dominance is not a byproduct of modern corporate culture. 2,000 years ago, it was exactly what Jesus confronted as he made his final approach to Jerusalem. He pulls his 12 disciples aside and gives them a horrifyingly specific prophecy. He tells them he is about to be betrayed, mocked, flogged, and crucified. It is a one-way ticket to his own execution. Right after he details his impending torture, the mother of two of his closest friends, James and John, pulls him aside with a request. She asks that her sons be given thrones of power on his right and his left. She is operating on a system of religion, trying to maneuver her family into a higher social position. Jesus, however, is on a mission of redemption, walking straight toward the ultimate sacrifice. Human ambition creates a severe blind spot. It makes us so obsessed with what we can gain that we completely miss what God is actually doing. To fix this fundamental problem, Jesus has to take our entire blueprint for greatness and tear it to pieces. The first step is total surrender. You have to bend the knee and declare that God's will takes priority over your personal ambitions. Here, your worth is not calculated by your resume or what you manage to produce. It is derived entirely from your proximity to Jesus. Then comes the second requirement. Jesus responds to the brothers' request for thrones by asking if they are able to drink from his cup, a direct reference to the severe pain he is about to endure. Following him is not a promise of a comfortable, carefree life where everything goes your way. It is a commitment to willingly shoulder the burdens of a deeply broken world. You cannot align with a crucified Savior while insisting on a pain-free rise to the top. The pursuit of worldly status demands you avoid suffering. The pursuit of Christ guarantees you will walk right into it. This brings us to the third step, broken down by the Apostle Paul in Philippians. He points to the ultimate example of radical humility. Paul describes a mechanism using the Greek concept of kenosis, which translates to emptying. He writes that Jesus possessed the very nature of God, yet actively chose not to grasp or exploit that equality for his own benefit. Instead, he poured himself out. For anyone trying to follow this model, the instructions are literal. It requires deliberately divesting yourself of privilege and actively choosing the lowest possible position. It completely dismantles the instinct to self-promote or climb over peers to secure a corner office. True spiritual authority is never something you can seize. Because it is only found in deliberate surrender, absolute humility becomes the strict prerequisite for greatness. The fourth and final step is service, but this is very different from the watered-down buzzwords found in a modern management seminar. True kingdom service is literal downward mobility. It means taking your strength, all of your time, and all your resources, and spending them entirely to elevate the people around you. Jesus calls his own life a ransom. It is a substitutionary exchange where a person gives up their own security to liberate someone else. You do not achieve greatness by building a personal empire to protect yourself. You achieve it by pouring out your resources to free those who are beneath you. We operate in an economy that insists if you lower yourself, you will simply get trampled. But the kingdom operates on a strict paradox. The only way up is down. Paul finishes his thought in Philippians 2 by showing the cosmic result of this process. Because Jesus emptied himself so completely, God exalted him and gave him the name above every name. Notice the mechanics there. Jesus did not exalt himself through his own grit or effort. He did the humbling. The Father did the exalting. That means you do not need to posture, play politics, or step on your coworkers to get ahead. Human plotting simply cannot override what God has prepared for the humble. You arrive at true greatness the moment you stop trying to save your own life and fully surrender it to the authority of Christ.